Go to any antique mall and you're likely to see at least a few pottery pieces with a color and style similar to these. What is it and why is it so common? Find out today as I talk about Roseville pottery. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Roseville Pottery began producing pottery in 1890 and was incorporated in 1892. Located in Roseville, Ohio, they initially produced garden accessories. In 1898, they moved to Zanesville, Ohio, and a couple years later produced their first artistic line, dubbed Rosane, a combination of Roseville and Zanesville. The term Rosane is now considered more of a period of production rather than a specific line or pattern. The most popular and sought-after line is the pine cone pattern. Over 100 shapes were produced in this pattern between 1935 and 1947. According to the company, this design is collected more than any other pattern, even more than those from other companies. Other popular patterns include blackberry and sunflower, both from the 1930s, as well as wisteria and apple blossom. Wikipedia indicates 33 different patterns were produced between 1905 and 1948. However, I have not been able to find a total number of patterns produced during the entire life of the company. I tend to see the floral patterns the most frequently, but let me know in the comments which pattern you're most familiar with. I love these vases from the Futura line. Dating to the 1920s, they ooze Art Deco style. Fake Roseville pottery can be common, so buyer beware. The best way to identify a genuine Roseville pottery piece, like with most pottery or dishware, is to check the mark on the bottom. Markings on Roseville pottery have varied a lot over the years, with the earliest pieces having no markings at all. The company filed for bankruptcy in 1954 when they were bought out by the Mosaic Tile Company. Both the 1970s and late 90s, early 2000s saw a renewed interest in Roseville pottery, and it remains very collectible today. Value varies depending on all the usual factors: age, condition, rarity, etc. The company currently uses old molds to produce pieces with a more modern glaze, blending the past with the present beautifully. They also produce tiles and other products. If you'd like to shop their inventory or learn more about the various markings, patterns, or artists, I've linked the Roseville Pottery website in the description. Be sure to check that out. Do you own any Roseville pottery? What's your favorite pattern? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what antique or vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.
Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores, rummage sales, and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Recently, I came across an interesting dinnerware set in a pattern I've seen before. Turns out the company that manufactured it has a long and interesting history, so today I'm talking about Red Wing Pottery. The pottery company that became Red Wing was founded in 1877 in Minnesota by German immigrant John Paul, although he started making pottery in 1861. The company initially made stoneware crocks and jugs from local clay, which could be used to store food or beverages. With the invention of refrigeration in the 20th century, people no longer needed these items for food storage, so the company shifted to producing flower pots, vases, dinnerware, and art pieces. Early Red Wing pieces were salt glazed and featured various hand-painted blue designs. In the 1890s, the company began using a creamy-colored zinc glaze and stamping designs rather than hand-painting them. Pieces began being stamped with the Red Wing design collectors are familiar with in 1906. Here's a little tip. The larger that stamp is, the older the piece is, as they reduced its size over time. Red Wing produced dinnerware from the 1930s to 1967. Most designs were hand painted, with this specific pattern I found, called Bob White, being the most popular. Its popularity makes it easy to find and less valuable than other pieces. Red Wing made art pieces from 1929 to 1967 in nearly 2,000 shapes. Interestingly, workers would sometimes create their own pieces for family or friends on their lunch breaks. You can find some of these so-called lunch hour pieces on display at the Pottery Museum of Red Wing in Red Wing, Minnesota. I've included a link to their website in the description. There's also a Red Wing Collectors Society, which I've linked in the description as well. Their website provides more details about the history of this pottery as well as identification. Red Wing went through a variety of name changes as well as ups and downs over the years. It officially closed in 2019, though their website is still up and provides information on the history of the company. Do you own any Red Wing pottery? What are your favorite pieces? Share in the comments. Also, let me know what antique or vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.
If you watched my last video, you saw 2 vintage pieces of Hager pottery I grabbed at a rummage sale recently. And if you haven't seen it, be sure to watch to check out the other deals I found. Today, I'm taking a deeper dive into what to know about Hager pottery. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Hager Pottery originally opened as a brickyard northwest of Chicago in Dundee, Illinois in 1852. In 1871, German immigrant David Hager became part owner, and the company began making tiles, at which time it was named the Hager Brick and Tile Company. It was this same year that the Great Chicago Fire occurred, and Hager shipped bricks into the city for rebuilding. This would not be the last time Hager would pitch in to help. During World War II, they produced bomb fuses, field telephones, and other equipment for the war effort. Artware was introduced in 1914, and by the 1920s, luncheonware, glass and crystal, and teaware were included in their inventory. In 1934, souvenir pottery began being made. It was this same year that they began manufacturing a line called Royal Hager pottery, designed by a man named Royal Hickman. These pieces reflect the Art Deco style of the time and may include vases shaped like animals and saturated colors. Produced between 1938 and 1944, they are marked Royal Hager or Royal Hager by Royal Hickman USA, followed by a number. These are some of the most valuable pieces in Hager's line. In 1947, a more mid-century modern line was introduced called the Diamond Line. From 1954 through 1963, the Royal Garden flowerware line was produced, which I couldn't find examples of online. Overall, Hager has produced artware, bookends, bowls, candle holders, figurines, jugs, lamps, planters, and pots. Hager continued its plant in Dundee throughout the life of the company and eventually added a second plant in Macomb, Illinois in 1939. But after 145 years in business, the company closed in 2016. Hager pottery has been growing in popularity in recent years, but most pieces are still available for under $100. So if you're thinking of getting yourself a piece, now may be a good time to grab it. Hager's enduring legacy is a testament to the artistry and craftsmanship that went into each piece. Whether you're a seasoned collector or simply appreciate the beauty of pottery, Hager offers a timeless and valuable addition to any collection. Do you own any Hager pottery? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure. I recently had a request from a viewer to feature Blue Mountain pottery. So let's head north and find out about this Canadian collectible. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Located in Collingwood, Ontario, Canada, Blue Mountain Pottery was founded in 1953 by Czechoslovakian immigrants Jozo Feder, Denis Tupi, and Mirek Hambalek at Feder's ski resort, where it was sold in the gift shop. Initially, they painted ski scenes on blank pottery pieces, but eventually began making their own. Using red clay, the company produced not only vases, pots, and jugs, but animal figurines and tea sets. Pieces come in a variety of colors, including green, which is the most common, as well as cobalt blue, harvest gold, red, mocha, brown, white, and one I think is really unique, pewter. These pieces undergo a trademarked glazing process known as reflowing decorating, in which both light and dark glazes would be applied, then, when fired, produce a streaking pattern. Genuine Blue Mountain pottery is marked on the bottom as you see here. These marks help distinguish it from copycat pieces. Blue Mountain became one of the largest pottery makers in Canada, but closed in 2004. Pieces currently vary in value from about $10 for smaller pieces to $40 for larger or more rare pieces, so they're very affordable. Having been a popular wedding gift in the 60s and 70s, these pieces are plentiful and easy to find. The beauty of these pieces and their affordable price tag make them popular with collectors even today. There's even a Blue Mountain Pottery Collectors Club, which I've linked in the description, where collectors can meet up and share their collections. Their website also offers helpful information on dating Blue Mountain pottery pieces. Do you own any Blue Mountain pottery? Let me know in the comments. Also, I'm always looking for ideas, so let me know what vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.
Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the treasures I find in thrift stores, rummage sales, and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Have you ever noticed colorful pottery pieces such as these on your adventures? I recently picked up a few different pieces that piqued my interest in these styles and how they are different. Of course, there's many different types of pottery with various glazes and styles. Today I'm just featuring the three most recent I found that I enjoy. This first piece to me has a very mod look, circa the 60s or 70s. I got this on the cheap because of a crack which you can only see if you're looking for it. I learned from the vendor that this type of pottery is known as lava glaze. Lava glaze is called such because it uses volcanic materials to achieve its unique appearance. One source I found stated most of these materials come from Mount Etna in Italy. This style actually started in Italy in the 1500s and became popular in Sicily. It's fired at extremely high temperatures, over 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes it quite durable. Lava glazed pottery has a couple unique looks which are achieved using different chemicals. Silicon carbide, also used in bulletproof vests and car brakes, believe it or not, bubbles during the firing process, creating a rough surface that is not food safe. You can see how it resembles the texture of lava rock. One specific type of lava glazed pottery came from what was West Germany and is known as fat lava, not because of any connection to Fat Albert, but due to the thick coating of the glaze. From what I can find, the type of lava glazed pieces like mine might be more of a drip glaze, and I'm not able to find much about how that look is achieved. If you know, comment below because I'd love to know more about this cool piece. This butter dish I found has a similar 60s, 70s vibe, but is a type of pottery known as reactive glaze. During firing, this glaze undergoes chemical changes that cause oxidation or melting. The glaze most commonly includes lead, tin, salt, or feldspathic. Feldspathic has something to do with a bunch of big words that I don't understand. But suffice it to say, it's related to minerals. All glazes are clear except tin, which is white. The salt glaze gives a pitting, giving an orange peel appearance. Of course, lead is no longer used in glazes due to being poisonous, so be careful with older pieces. An easy way to test for lead is to squeeze lemon juice on a flat part of the piece and leave it overnight. If it's discolored the next morning, it contains lead and is not food safe. This ceramic basket I found has a splatter confetti style and apparently can be applied by flicking a brush with different colors before glazing and firing. It's different than lava or reactive glaze, but also can have a 60s or 70s feel like the other pieces I found. It's certainly a fun and festive style that brightens a room. Do you have a favorite of these styles? Share in the comments. Also, let me know what antique or vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.
Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures. On this channel, I share the fun, quirky, weird, and beautiful things I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. Frankoma pottery was founded in 1933 by a ceramics professor at the University of Oklahoma named John Frank. The name Frankoma is a combination of his last name and Oklahoma. The company produced dinnerware, sculptures, vases, and trivets. Initially using clay from Ada, Oklahoma, in 1954 the company switched to clay from Sapulpa, Oklahoma, when the Ada clay quality declined. Supposedly, if you wet your finger and wipe the bottom unglazed portion of a piece, you can tell which clay was used. Ada clay will remain the same color, while Sapulpa clay will darken. In general, the name Frankoma will be stamped on the bottom of genuine pieces, although the details of that stamp varied over the years. Pieces made prior to 1934 may say Frank Potteries or Norman, Oklahoma. Occasionally, John Frank would hand sign a piece to give as a gift, and these are considered the most valuable. In later years, additives were used to achieve additional colors, and over the years, Frankoma has produced pottery in as many as 106 different shades. I most commonly see the brown and green dishes, although recently I'm seeing more of the blue hues as well. I've included a link in the description that lists which shades were produced in which years. It's a helpful resource if you're trying to date your Frankoma piece. From 1959 to 1967, John Frank's wife produced a line of pottery called Gracetone. These are typically marked with either the word Gracetone or a small gold sticker. Starting in 1990, after filing bankruptcy, the company was bought and sold multiple times. As of 2020, they continue to produce a smaller number of products, primarily art pieces. Each September, Frankoma collectors meet in Oklahoma to share their love for the pottery, and there are several social media pages for Frankoma collectors as well. I've included a link for the annual reunion in the description. Do you collect Frankoma? What's your favorite color? Share in the comments. Also, let me know what antique or vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.